Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, with my amazing co-host up top is Jojo.
Hey everyone. Great. Loving life. You know, just waiting for this winter storm that's supposed to be coming.
Oh, I didn't know there was going to be a winter storm. Jonathan, have you heard of this winter storm? And how are you today? Yay!
I'm really good. I'm really excited about this Celebrity Big Brother season, especially after watching today's episode. I think it's going to be good and it's exciting. So,
what are you excited about? Like, what happened this episode that got you like into it, vibing?
Yeah, I think there's more people willing to play than I was anticipating. I thought people were going to just see what happens, and I feel like people are already talking about a lot of strategy, and I'm excited because I want to see people compete. You know, we all love people competing, really fighting to win, and I can't wait.
You can't wait. Pow. Yes, I'm definitely really excited that it's back. I wasn't necessarily that excited about the cast when it was released, but I was like, I love Big Brother. I love watching random people that I've never met before play this game, and I find it captivating and exciting. And so I know all of them enough. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how this goes down, because I agree with you, Jonathan. I do think that surprisingly, people are going to be playing harder than I was ever going to really give them credit for. So I am here for it. So it started the episode with Carson walking in first. And Julie did look gorgeous. Actually, what on a scale of 1 to 10, Jojo, how did Julie look for you?
I have so many questions. Did she make it herself?
No.
No, she did. She wasn't at home like on the couch, like I'm gonna crochet this. Done.
Was it crocheted or just like?
Yes.
It was. I don't know.
It was some sort of like woven yarn, cozy. Like she looks like she threw on a blanket and then like just gave it a little rouging here and there. It was cute. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go a little bit lower. Jonathan, you're disagreeing with the 8.5 out of 10.
I mean, is it a premiere moment for me? No.
That
but
I agree.
It was nice. I mean, yeah,
Julie's beautiful.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Julie's gorgeous. I feel like it seemed to me that she was excited to be back, which was nice to see. You know, like this is a show that she is part of the show for me. And so when I see that she's excited to come back, I get excited about the season as well. So I was happy that Julie was happy to be here. Oh my God, we have people hanging out with us. Hi, Dolores. Hi, all. I didn't like Julie's dress. I've seen her wear much better ones. Yeah, I'll give her like maybe a 7.5. Because she's gorgeous, but the dress was kind of.
Are we tooting or booting it?
Boot.
You're like a 7.5 boot, but
boot done. I guess like a soft toot.
Okay. A little toot.
Little toot.
As a premiere dress, I'll boot it, but you know.
Hi, Sophie. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Chris Kirkpatrick was funny this episode. He's playing better than I was going to give him credit for. So we'll see how long that lasts, because I already did also see him mess up a little bit. But like, I'm happy to see that he has some knowledge in the game, and he's editing himself and correcting himself when he's kind of making little mistakes. So I'm happy that he's a fan, and it seems like he's actually does watch the show.
Yeah.
So that I still don't understand though why he loves Jackson Mickey and like, you know.
I think it's a Nashville connection. I'm assuming. Right.
That's true.
But still, like,
yeah.
If you knew anything about him,
his little son doing the whole "Who wants to see my HOH room" thing, that was cute. It was really cute, well but it wasn't. Edited. The packages.
Do you think it was real? Do you think it was real?
Like,
do you think it's really his kid?
Who wants to see? There was like 20 takes done, I'm sure, but you know.
Do you think it's his real son?
That's questionable.
Hiring a family for the intro.
On the Bachelor or Bachelorette, like they'll always have like these dates at like classrooms with kids, and like these kids are clearly child actors. So it wouldn't surprise me to be like, you know what? Like he's camera shy. We don't want people to know what he looks like for real. Let's just hire a kid to play my son.
They just got someone from Central Casting, and then it's good to go.
Bring him on in. Exactly. Jojo it's a 5 out of 10, or Jojo is a 5 out of 10. Whoa,
Jojo's lost.
Sophie.
You just lost Jojo.
Jojo's out of
Sophie's
here.
coming for Jojo.
Whoa, Jojo, Sophie.
You know, Sophie, I take it all back. All my love for you.
So I like how he made fun of NSYNC days. I like most of the cast are super fans of Big Brother. Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely happier with how it's being presented, at least. Like maybe they're being fed lines. I don't know. But I'm liking it. I'm into it. So as I was saying, Carson was the first into the house. Now, Jonathan, what do you think about the fact that he was picked to be first in the house?
I mean, I think they knew that he would take on that kind of like hosting role, which I mean, he took it and ran with it, like showing people to their bedrooms, carrying their luggage. That little moment later on with Chris Kattan, he's like, no, I insist. I'm going to rifle through it to his bag. Like, the person was just so funny this whole episode. But I mean, I think they kind of knew that and planned it out really well. And so he's the perfect person to have in first for me.
He kind of also like knows everyone. I'm like, Carson has a lot of connections. He's worked with a lot of these people. He's incredibly charismatic. He's great with his words. And this episode, he really impressed me.
Well, and what I loved about him coming in and in his little packages is that he's like, and I want to win. And like we could see him playing up like, you know, I'm being charming and being funny, and even mentioning that he knows a lot of people, which I was like, oh, maybe you don't want to be that vocal about it. But I think that he knows that he's in a pretty good position with a majority of people in the house. So I think he's fine for at least half the season.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. Like, I was like, ooh, you shouldn't be doing that. But as it was happening, I'm like, you know what? That's probably going to intimidate people to not touch you, because if everyone knows you,
he won't go out.
Yeah, they're not going to worry about, like, they're like, I can't get him because, you know, everyone's friends with him. So
yeah, Carson can be like the move to win. I took Carson out at Final Five. I did this. I did that. Take him out later on.
He had so many connections, and I was able to get him out of this game. Like, definitely would be a winning move later on. Absolutely.
Later on, yeah.
Next into the house was Cynthia Bailey. So I was like, oh my God, they got my teens going in the order that I picked them. So Cynthia, she came across a little more charismatic than on the last season of the Housewives Girl Trip that I watched with her. And I was like, I like her. And I like that when she's talking with her daughters, and her daughters are like, yeah, you're probably going to be put up because you're not going to be a good alliance member. Like, I thought that she's taking a little bit of the piss out of herself, and has a little bit of sense of humor. So I was happy about that, and happy that she knows Carson.
Yeah, I don't know her previous to this, but I thought super likable. I enjoyed it. I was like, yes, I want these people to like team up right away. You know what I mean? Yeah, loving it.
I was like, yes. I'm like, my two people are protected so far. Then Chris Kirkpatrick came in, as we talked about a little bit already. Love that he loves Big Brother. I love that he plays chess. I love that he already made his first, like, it's gonna be me that wins Big Brother joke. So we might have to play a drinking game or something where every time there is an NSYNC reference, we have to do a shot or eat a chicken nugget. I don't know.
We'd all be drunk already because there were several there. So
many. What's Sophie saying here? Jonathan looks like JC Chazet from NSYNC.
Sophie's my favorite. Sophie's my new favorite.
And Jojo looks like a young Timberlake. And I look like New York. I used to get that when I was younger. I was like,
New York.
I don't look like New York, but you know.
I like how you added young.
Yeah, a young.
Yes.
No, I'll take the young.
Yes. Thank you, Sophie, for the super chat. So this cast seems to be thrown together last minute for some reason. It does. It does have that feel a little bit, but I'm feeling better about it now that we've seen the first episode. I thought it was a little bit more haphazard beforehand, but now it seems like there was a little bit of consideration and thought. A little bit. Why only 11 people in this cast instead of 12 or 13? Yeah, what do we think about that? I mean, there's a lot of obvious reasons, but what do we think? 11.
I don't know.
I think there was I think there was originally supposed to be 12 and somebody couldn't actually do it.
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
And also like getting 12, 13, 14 people to commit. Like they must have had some problems if like we didn't get some of these A-listers, or maybe they don't have enough money to shell out to pay for them, even though they should.
Yeah.
Even though they should. So Cynthia didn't recognize Chris Kirkpatrick, which I thought it was a little bit awkward. But I like how she kind of played off. She's like, what do you do? What do you do again? And then she's like, oh, of course. And like kind of really played it up, but like at least like she knows him after the fact. I thought that was really awkward and embarrassing and funny at the same time.
There's something funny about celebrities trying to recognize other celebrities and ask them why they're celebrities without
it's like
outing themselves or insulting them. Yeah.
It's like, right. Yes.
Yeah,
I knew that was you. Of course. Yes. Absolutely.
I just couldn't put my finger on it.
So I'm just overwhelmed with just getting in the house, Like,
so we were been calling her Shanna, but is it Shayna? Silence. Because I think Julie called her.
I played it back a few times.
Oh, what did she call her?
I played it back a few times, and I was still like, I don't remember. Shanna Mokler.
Shanna.
But I think Julie called her Shayna.
I don't think it's Shayna. Is it Shayna? I don't think it's Shayna.
Shanna? Okay, we'll go with Shanna right now, since we're not sure. Sophie, I thought we wouldn't find out who was going to be part of the cast until tonight. No, I'm happy that we knew beforehand. I wish that we had a little bit longer with it beforehand, because it would have been a little more, or like the tease was a little bit longer. So like with those clues, like they did like a clue like every day or something like that for like the week before. Would have been kind of a nice way to tease it out.
I'm glad the period of time was shortened between like when the rumored cast versus when we knew, because if it was dragged out any longer, like we were getting our hopes up for some of the great.
That's true.
More promise.
Yeah, we would be more disappointed maybe. Thank you, Sophie, for the super chat. So did we see Survivor doing a celebrity version? So I've heard about this, but I haven't seen anything concrete. Have you guys heard anything about this?
So because I'm assuming we all watched from a Canadian network, so we didn't see the trailer for this. But I did see just before coming on that I think it's called Beyond the something. I don't know.
You know what? From now on, I'm going to watch it on CBS.
I mean, at the same time, like it's kind of already been done with Help I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So there you go.
Beyond the Edge.
On the Edge.
Beyond the Edge.
Yeah, is that the cast or no? Or is it like, I can't tell if there's faces.
Yeah, there's 9 players. I recognize.
Who are do they have names or no?
Meta World Peace.
What?
Lauren Elena. Yeah, he's back. Lauren Elena is on it.
Singer? Blonde singer?
Yep. Jodie Swenton from Full House.
Okay. We heard
Colton.
her. F off. No. Really?
Yeah.
Vote him out first, please, people.
And Paulina, that's supermodel Paulina. I recognize her from being like a judge on. Yeah. And the other 4 I don't really recognize. Like an NFL legend.
Named?
The other 3, I'm not sure. I don't
know the names?
Let me see.
It's too far away.
Meta. I see Meta. I see Colton.
Meta.
When does that start?
I don't know.
I'll look it up myself.
March 16th.
Okay. Good. Okay, we have some time.
That's soon.
Thanks, Sophie, for the reminder there. We will definitely be, I would think we'll probably cover it. But Big Brother Canada might be started by then.
Everything.
I don't know.
We're going to have so much. Celebrity Big Bro, BB Can, Australia Survivor.
South African Survivor. Australian Survivor might be, it's going to be halfway through. Before last week, we didn't get any information about Celebrity Big Brother. It's true. I do wish they teased it out a little bit. Because she did that whole list, and I thought that was kind of fun. And then 5 hours later, Jodie Swenton, Beyond the Edge. Yes, number 1 draft pick right there, Jodie.
There's country artist Craig Morgan. Don't know that person. I'm actually like.
Oh, and hi Phil, thanks for joining.
So there's a few people I know. I'm actually more excited about the Big Brother cast than I am the Survivor, the
Agreed.
Beyond the Edge cast. Yeah.
Phil says there's no voting or elimination. It might be boring. So what's the point?
Dumb.
Just like
Don't
actually
know.
just living on an island?
So it is.
Like,
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like Girls Trip, but like roughing it. So Girls Trip was taking different housewives from different franchises and putting them in like a luxury resort, like beach house, whatever. I forget where they were, somewhere Caribbean. And they just were like doing activities, and every person had like their own day to do an event. So they'd go to a yacht for the day, or they'll go horseback riding, and every day someone has like their night to have the reins. So that's kind of what they did. It was interesting, but it's because I knew all of them from their own respective franchises. This, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not excited about it. I would be more excited if they're getting voted out. Celebrity Big Brother ends February 23rd. So soon. It's already over. Yeah. Challenges for charity. No. Okay, no. All types of bad. No. That means there's no urgency. That means people are not going to care.
Wait, how long do we think that meta is going to last?
When's he gonna quit?
He's gonna quit. He'll be like, "I'll give you $5,000 if I can quit."
Yeah.
Donate to his charity. Done.
So Shanna, I love hearing that she's a super fan. Were you excited to hear that, Jojo? Or did you not hear that? I didn't hear that.
I missed that part. Ooh. I loved her already. Yeah. And I knew that from her pre-show interviews that she was a pretty big fan of the show itself, and we'll get there, but so far so good.
And she does say that she will do what it takes to win, and that includes anything, which I was like, yes. She's like talks about like being in TMZ and like marrying, what's his name? Travis Barker and Hottie, what's his name?
Oscar De
La Hoya was like my favorite boxer. He was so cute back in the day. I remember being jealous of her. I was like, should be me.
Remember his niece on Rock of Love? Anyway, that's just my thing.
Oh, Jonathan, the encyclopedia of reality television.
I've watched it, but I don't remember his niece being on it.
Oh yeah, she was like anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Go back and look.
Thanks, Sophie, for the generosity. So there's going to be a season 2 of Ultimate Girls Trip. Yes, I know there's going to be a season 2. Is that the same thing as going to that suburb in the Berkshires, suburb of New York? I thought that might have been the sequel, but I don't know if that's something separate. Let me know, Sophie. But thank you for the generosity. I thought Celebrity Big Brother was going to be a Paramount Plus exclusive. I didn't hear that. Is that where that Beyond the Edge is going to be shown? Do you know?
Paramount's coming with some original programming, like hardcore, like really amping it up. So it wouldn't surprise me if it is.
I'm just going to say it. I hate Paramount Plus Canada.
Why?
I hate them.
Oh, Canada.
They just don't give us anything. They don't give us anything. They give us like 10 seasons of Survivor, starting at season 30.
I'm sorry,
I don't want to watch any of them.
the US one, guys. Sorry.
And no Big Brother, no Australian Survivor, nothing.
Oh, yes, it will be the Berkshires. Okay, yes. Sophie, I didn't know you watched Housewives. That's fun. Very fun. So Todd Bridges walks in, and everybody else was in, Carson had taken everybody to the room, and he was like, oh, I know you. Let's all get into a room. So right now it looks like Carson, Cynthia, and Shauna, oh God, Shauna are going to be in the same room, and then Chris was maybe going to be in another room. Todd Bridges come in, and they're like, surprise! And he was just like, you did not seem that excited to be there, unfortunately. So, Jonathan, how do you feel about how Todd was doing at this point? Since he's on your team?
There was a little moment there that I want to talk about too, because it did feel like Chris might feel on the outs of who was the first few that were in the house. And I feel like that will force him to maybe team up.
Get people.
Yeah. So I just thought it was really an interesting moment that we saw, because he was left out and he came in and he's like, you're already talking about me. So I know it was a joke, but I do feel like he probably thinks that, you know, there's already a slight division. I feel like you can see it happening, but yeah, I mean, Todd is so recognizable, so everyone's like gonna love him, and I feel like I think he's gonna be safe. I don't know what you asked me, but I think he's gonna be safe a long time. And I was actually surprised because initially him being in the house, I was like, oh, I don't know, but I actually feel like they will have a lot of respect for him and his career, and I was happy to see him. And everyone looks like really good. Even Chris Kattan, who I mentioned previously last week, that I've seen him on previous reality shows, and he was, you know, not with it, but I was like, oh, he's really bringing it, and he looks much healthier than I've seen him in the past. So I was glad to see that.
I guess he had
Totally
like
agree.
some spinal surgery like 20 years ago, and it's
he broke his back.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
Or
then
neck.
he's just been
Was it neck or
something.
back?
I think it was
Well,
back.
It was
fine.
very stiff. You could see it. Yeah. But he was still able to compete in
Yes.
physical challenges. So, I mean,
Hi, Reality T, Kylie. So when do the feeds turn on? Is it tonight or is it tomorrow? Do we know?
Oh, I'd assume tonight. If it's not tonight, I'm gonna I'm gonna
it
be
would
really
happen.
mad.
Yeah. No,
Just
I'm
mad.
sure.
Riot!
Riot.
When they announced Celebrity Big Brother season 3, it sounded like it was going to be on a Paramount Plus exclusive. I mean, I think that they're putting this buzz out about Paramount Plus so people will get the subscription and then be disappointed, because they kind of did the same thing to Australian Survivor, where everybody was thinking that it was going to be airing on it, and then it's like maybe it will be after it airs, but it won't be any live programming.
You won't be disappointed with Paramount Plus, because premiering May 5th on Paramount Plus is a new series, and it's Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And it's a Paramount Plus original, and I may or may not have worked on it.
That's fun. Okay, I'll watch
That's
it.
really fun.
I will definitely watch it. Sophie loves The Housewives, but I only watch the New Jersey and the New York ones. Oh, I'm gonna have to start watching New Jersey, because there's some drama that's going on right now that I haven't seen yet. It just started, so I will catch up on that. The cast for Ultimate Girl Trip season 2 sounds way more awesome than last season. I've heard that as well. I think the feeds turn on Friday. No, Friday. They've already been in the house for 1 week. Like, we have all this like pre-edited stuff. We're seeing all these CBS leaked footage, which is kind of like, they don't have good taste on what I want to see. You know what I mean? So
I don't want to see Crocs. I don't want to see some high heel Crocs.
I mean, I do a little bit.
Okay, yeah, but I want to see them on the feeds. I don't need to see like a little TikTok, like there's a little
True.
30 seconds for you.
True.
Oh.
Next in was Mariah, and she just seemed kind of shy, but like very kind of sussing people out, very likable.
A little awkward, maybe. A little awkward.
Yeah.
She went to go shake, and then there were a hug, and it was a little moment. And I was like, okay, all right, you know, interesting to like, you know, pick up on their personality just even from the 2 seconds that we first saw them. So,
but Cynthia is also very warm. Cynthia was kind of the person that went to greet her, and I'm realizing that Cynthia I'm happy that I have her, because it seems like she may be able to get some close bonds with people quite quickly. She seems to like, you know, Mariah, as you said, went in for the handshake. She went in for the hug. I think like that moment right there, if Mariah were to be the one that won any sort of power, I don't think that she's going to be putting up Cynthia right now. So I'm happy with Cynthia right now, so which is great. Chris, we see Chris Kirkpatrick saying that he is downplaying the fact that he's a super fan. So I was super happy about that. Jojo, you have Chris Kirkpatrick?
Do I? No.
Jojo,
I don't even
you
know
do?
who I have. I don't even
Who
know.
do you have?
I think I have
Didn't write it
Project.
down. I know I have.
Jonathan has Chris Kirkpatrick.
You all took people that I wanted. So.
I'm sorry.
And your first choice. Your first pick.
How did you feel about that? Like him really choosing to be very cognizant about how much information he shares about his game knowledge?
Me, I think that, I mean, I still question if that game knowledge is there, but yeah, I mean, like, you don't want to let that get out, especially with someone who's like Todrick is as observant as Todrick. He'll pick up on that. If you're not with him, you'll be against him, and he'll come for you, especially if you know the game as good or even a little bit. Yeah, so you have to be careful with that. So definitely not let that on.
Definitely not. Sophie says, when I was on Couch Potato Queen stream, someone mentioned that the feeds could possibly be turned on Friday. That
Why
sucks.
Friday? That's awful.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like, you would expect you would try to like lure everyone in the first night, get everyone hooked. A Friday doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why that particular day. Like, I don't know.
They want to keep
maybe they
the
don't
veto, the nominees.
Yeah, maybe they
everything
want that to be
kind of-
exciting, I guess. They want at least the first week to be unknown until the eviction episode. Like, I don't know.
We've already lost it on how many days?
7.
There you go.
Reality wants to know, is Chris actually a super fan, or is Lance a super fan that has filled him in?
I really wouldn't refer to him as a super fan if he's picking people like Jackson as his favorite when he barely watched the season.
And saying that, like, everybody's favorite. We're like, nobody's?
Yeah, or when he mentioned Derek, maybe Derek X, but no, I can guarantee not everyone loves Derek from Big 16.
I feel like when he was talking about Tom Green, like that was the reality. Like that was what he actually watched because he's friends with him. And then they were like in the diary room. They're like, "Wait, we have you as a super fan, so you need to talk about how you were thinking that moment."
Yeah. And then he's like, "But I'm number 10. I'm not."
But I think it's because the casting people probably know that super fans are going to hate putting in celebrities that are not actual fans. So like they want to be able to be like, no, we got some super fans in the house. Like it's good casting. See, like they're super fans. And then we'll be able to tell by their shitty gameplay that they are not liars. They're not super fans. Chris Kattan comes in. He was quite awkward, but I'm finding him entertaining. He's entertaining.
Yeah, much more than I thought he would be. Because, like I said earlier, I've seen him before on reality in past years, and he was just very low key. And I'm like, no, he's personable. He was joking around with people. The height difference thing I thought was hilarious. Seeing him,
Yes.
So yeah, I'm like, a lot of people are really funny this up. Like it was edited well in that sense. Like I really enjoyed every moment of it. I want to see even more, and that doesn't always happen. So.
I 100% agree. I wrote down here that like I felt like Carson was the head of household already because he really took control of everybody's experience walking into the house. Like he greeted most people, showed them around, like made some jokes. Like I think he did a really good job welcoming people. So like I asked before, I think definitely the answer is because he's a great host and a great personality.
Yeah.
Great.
And he talked a lot of strategy in his diary room moments too, which I was very happy about because I just didn't want him being like there and just being lively and enjoyable to watch. Not just that, but he's like a player, and I was really surprised.
Me too. Yes, number 1 pick. We do see in Canada, anyways, we saw a Survivor commercial. Were we excited about Survivor, or for the fact that like I wasn't excited because I'm watching Survivor Australia right now, and Sandra and her daughter is on there, and like I get goosebumps every episode I watch. So, what do you guys think?
I was excited. Yeah, they had little clippets of like introducing certain people and focusing on them a little bit more, and I was like, great. I haven't looked into this yet. I have had a lot on my plate recently, so having this infused in like a Big Brother or Celebrity episode 1 show, I was like, this is perfect. Give me all that info. I want it.
Yeah. Give it.
Yeah, so, I know we've seen that one girl speak before about like being a businesswoman, and she's taken down many businessmen. So that wasn't new, but the guy that was like talking about bench press, like the Guinness World Record for bench pressing 100 pounds on his back. I'm like, okay, but good luck with you.
Is Guinness Book of World Records still a thing?
Yeah.
Like every year. Like it's something that was like popular when I was like in grade school.
Still, every year.
It's going on. Oh, wow. It's wild.
You should do like the longest podcast. You should make up your own, get them to verify it.
Yeah.
I feel like there has been someone that does that on YouTube. And he did it for like so long, though. It was over 24 hours. But he was doing it to see
comps. We've done longer comps than that.
You know what? Maybe, Jonathan, maybe you'll get your wish. We'll see. We will see if I can figure out a way to do a 48-hour podcast or something. Yeah. So Todrick enters in, and Carson right away is like, "Oh, I know you," and they hug. And Carson wants to play a Dan Giesling or a Derek kind of game. Wouldn't you think that he would say that he wanted to play like a Tiffany game or a Hannah game? Like those were actually good games. Derek and Dan, yes, of course they're good games, but you would think that he'd want to like fluff up his friends that are. Isn't Hannah at his house right now?
Well, yeah, they didn't win, so
there you go.
He wants to play a game that wins them. Yeah.
So why wouldn't he say Xavier at least? I don't know.
Does anyone want to play Xavier's game? Like,
no, I don't. But they are good players in my opinion. So I was surprised that he didn't choose anybody that was a recent good player that I feel like he respects, and they probably gave him a lot of hints on how to play the game. All right, so Reality TV posted a video. Kat Dunn posted a video of her and Chris and Lance, and Chris definitely used his son's line. Who wants to see my head of house room? In his best Rachel voice. Is that what was supposed to happen? His son was supposed to be like, "Who wants to see?" I can't do that high pitch. Who wants? Can you do it, Jojo?
No.
I can't do a Rachel.
Who wants to see my HOH room? But that was down the octave.
I would have preferred Floaters Grab a Life Fest.
Floaters, get your life back. She can't do her voice at all. But what about give that key, bitch. That's what his kids should have said. Yeah. Give that key, bitch.
Yeah.
I would have been living for that moment. Then Misha Cupcake Tate comes in, and she's definitely super competitive. I found it interesting that Chris Kirkpatrick knows her very well, and is a really big fan of her as a UFC fighter. So I was like, okay, there's an alliance that could potentially come together once they start talking, because he's going to want to talk to her about fighting. And so that was a connection that we didn't see coming, which was cool.
Yeah. And I think Todd too. Todd was also a fan.
Yeah. And I think she's a really big threat. She wants to win. Mm-hmm. I'm like, she can rival that initial other alliance that's seemingly forming. So it'll be interesting to watch. Yeah.
Definitely. Then we have Teddy Mellencamp come in. She didn't really do anything when she came in. I didn't write anything down for her. Did you guys? Jojo?
No.
Well, she just seems like I don't watch Real Housewives, but she didn't seem like the most likable out of everyone who was entering. So I'm like, and even like skipping ahead a little bit in that competition when she was trying to make a deal, and then she was like, well, instead of being like, oh, don't worry, I understand, she was like, well, I'm dropping anyway, and it was like, there hasn't even you just got there. So if you're letting it get to you and you're showing that side of you right away, I would be concerned for her rubbing people the wrong way. So it might get really
she's not a favorite. She's not that likable on the Housewives. She's kind of like a I don't really like you kind of person. And we're already seeing that, unfortunately, for her. And lastly is Lamar coming into the house. He's still quite chill and subdued for my liking, but he did tell a few jokes and kind of maybe it just takes him a little while to relax a bit. But what do you guys think about Lamar entering the house?
I thought he was a lot more present than I thought he was going to be. I actually thought that he will participate a lot more. I was anticipating more of a meta thing, or a Dennis Rodman on a Celebrity Apprentice or something type thing, where you have these athletes or basketball players or whatever come on here and just not really be into it. But I thought, I was like, I can definitely see him really being a part of this. So
I didn't know him from like his reality show past or with Chloe. I just don't watch the Kardashians, so I wasn't aware of who he really was. I knew that he
You
was a
guys
basketball
are
player in
disappointing
general.
me a little bit. For the fact that you don't have some understanding and knowledge of some of these people, you might want to watch. No, actually, it would be interesting to watch if you went back to watch Chloe and Lamar when they had their own reality show where they were living together.
I did watch it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Didn't watch the Kardashians, but I watched that. So Chloe's my favorite, I would say, out of all of them. So.
Not anymore though. She's not great right now.
No, I mean not since the new face, but no, it's the old.
Which new face? Like she has like 17 new faces. What's gonna happen though is her daughter's gonna grow up and not recognize her. Like she's not gonna look like her mom, which is like unfortunate.
Unless she gets work done too.
That might happen, like family plastic surgery.
I'm not worried for their kids.
True, very true. Oh, her daughter's name is True. That was a pun, and I didn't even know it. All right, so they're kind of teasing Chris Kattan because Chris Kattan doesn't have the greatest memory, doesn't remember Cynthia's name or Teddy's name. I thought that was a pretty funny moment. The only person's name that he remembered was Chris Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't. I have a terrible memory.
I know you wouldn't.
So I'd walk in that house like if I didn't know anyone, I would be like, you're gonna have to tell me about 10 times what your name is before it even like remotely sinks in. I'm sorry, I apologize, but it was just funny how they were on him about it, and he was like, and it cuts to that sequence of him in the diary room. He's like, I just got here, I don't know.
I have a friend that has facial blindness. And so she doesn't remember faces that she's seen before. And so she's an actress and she has been to like, film festival parties or whatnot and is meeting some like famous director or producer and having some long 20-minute conversation about whatever the industry. And then like, leaves, disperses and meets somebody new and like is literally like, hey, nice to meet you. And they're like, we literally just talked for 20 minutes ago. And she can't recognize faces at all. Wow. Isn't that messed?
Yes.
She doesn't recognize them. And like, I can't even compute that.
She has to lead with that with everyone. Hi, I have no idea who you are.
I might have slept with you. I don't recognize your face. Yeah. And I was sober. Yeah, poor thing. It must be challenging for sure.
I recently asked someone where they were from 3 times in the span of 20 minutes. I was like, where are you from again? And then he was like, Philly. And just looked at me. I was like, right, you told me. You did tell me that. You did. I remember now.
Jonathan, listen.
I feel for you, Chris Kattan.
We do see Carson really kind of solidifying his group, being like, this is us, we're all together, which I think is good. So it seems right now that people working with Carson, Todrick, Cynthia, Shanna, was there one more person?
I think he said the 2 fierce women and the 2 gays. So I think it's just a 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's a great foursome. I love that foursome personally. For my team. So Julie explains the rules of Big Brother, and Todd didn't seem to understand what was going to be happening. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh. Like he had no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah,
and
there's a few of them that were like, this is a lot of information right now.
Yeah.
It's like
they'll be reading that rule book fast once they get bored.
Thanks for the super chat, Sophie. Did you know it was my birthday last week? Thank you. So Sophie says, the day Julie Chen gave us hints, I was way off. I thought it would have been someone from New Kids on the Block or New Edition. New Edition would have been cool, but I don't think that they would be into it. New Kids on the Block.
I would have been into some New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
I mean, Joey.
What's his name was just on
like
Masked Singer as well.
Jonathan or
okay.
Any of them. Donnie.
I was taking any of them. What about the Christian one? What was his name?
I just went through like 4 out of 5 of them.
Joey, Jonathan.
Joey's the blondie Christian guy. No.
Is he Christian?
I don't know their religion.
I thought that he started singing out but he started singing for Christian gospel albums and stuff.
Just for cash.
No, I think he's into it. I think he's into it. Your birthday's today, Sophie. You're Aquarius like me. Birthday. Yay! Happy birthday. Should we sing you a song? Sophie. Okay, let's sing Sophie a song. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'm good at this. We didn't practice.
Happy birthday, dear Sophie. Happy birthday to you.
We were so in sync. We're so good. So good. If you have any
album coming. Happy birthday, Sophie. Thank you for spending your day with us. Thank you so much. What's next? Y'all. 37, no singing. I heard you guys sing. It's horrible, Sophie. Wow.
I think you're talking about Jojo. I'm just saying.
Jojo made it worse. Oh boy.
Really coming for this guy.
The thing is that we all can actually sing, which is funny. But it is actually hard to sing on this platform because it's all out of sync and off. So, but we won't do that again until next year for you, okay?
Promise.
So it's going to be a star-studded gala in the bathroom for the first head of household competition.
Yes.
And then they're going to be giving them some formal wear to wear, which was super fun. I wish I was smart enough and quick enough, but I meant to get those looks, but I forgot.
Okay, Carson was a unicorn. He had the unicorn look. I actually loved whatever Kirkpatrick was wearing, the yellow graffiti. Looked really good. Misha was in her red. Oh, love the fox.
Fox was good.
Love Todrick's.
Todrick's looks great. When he walked in, and he's like, you thought that he's gonna be like, who would put me in this? Thank you. I was like, he did kind of catch me because I thought he was gonna shade it a little bit, and then he enjoyed it. I thought he had the best, most well put together outfit.
I like Chris Kirkpatrick's. I was like, I'd wear that. Like, that's fun. Lamar had a tracksuit with a big top hat. Teddy had this little romper and cape, which was kind of cute. Mariah had this silver getup.
There was that red, the UFC fighter. What's her name?
Yes, Misha. Her red raven dress.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is there? Who are we missing? Chris Kattan had this strange hat piece that looked like a different color French fries.
I just thought it was fun that they did that. You know what I mean? For the competition. I was like, this is great.
It reminded me of Big Brother Canada. But I remember when Big Brother Canada had their whole we're the final four. We can wear these crazy outfits.
I don't like that. Usually
I don't like that.
No, well, I mean, they just look tacky. I found, anyways, the Big Brother Canada ones, but this one, some of them weren't the best, but there was a little bit more Met Gala-y as opposed to just trying to look, I don't know, fierce.
And when you put celebrities in silly outfits, it's better. You know what I mean? As opposed to just civilians.
And I loved, because one of the reasons why I love seeing celebrities on Big Brother is that they really like to humiliate them, and they spare nothing from humiliating them by putting them in these outfits and then making them put their feet in stirrups and hold champagne bottles while they douse them with lots of different things.
Oh, they're we're gonna get our money's worth. We're gonna put everything on you. Yeah, absolutely. Carson's little moment of, oh, that looks pretty. Yeah, that was
great. He has a lot of sound bites that are very funny.
Usable, for sure.
So this is the BB Winter Gala, but only 11 people have gotten an invite because it's that exclusive. But Julie needs an MC, and this person must sit out. So what did you think about this MC twist thing? And Jonathan, what did you think about Todd being the person that sat out?
I had this strange feeling it was going to be Todd. I don't know why, but I also don't understand the reason for it. Like, was it simply because, normally you would have an outstanding HOH and you like to cut away with, someone who's
Doing
almost
stuff.
narrating? Yeah, in that sense, I'm like, was it simply that, or is there some other reason? I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, we always get like night one HOHs, and everyone competes, even if
Yeah,
it's
I'm
in
like,
groups.
is there something that you don't know in the background, like someone wasn't feeling well or injured and they didn't know that they could play, so they didn't plan on it? I don't know. It was, I would like to know why. I would like someone find out and tell us, please, because it
And
seemed
then
a little weird.
another thing with it too is like, okay, fine, Todd's sitting out in maybe they wanted to keep his outfit pristine, or at least one outfit nice. I don't know. But I didn't find that he was in a position where you could see him that well. Like, he was like hidden in the corner, and then everybody else was gathering beside him, and then you had all the action in front of him. Like, he was actually hard to find, or I guess it was that way. Like, when I was looking for him, which I also was like, so what's the point of having this MC, just to go like on the buzzer and release the caviar and release the gold flecks? And no, it was the gold caviar. It was the crackers. It was
The
confetti.
confetti.
Yeah.
We should have had like Amy Schneider show up and just like press the button for everyone. That would have been great.
I was scared though that Paul was going to make another appearance this season. So I was like, it's not going to be Paul again, because it was a similar type of environment. I don't know if it was the first season or the second season, but I was scared. Well, Sophie, thanks for the super chat. Let's go Team Jojo. You don't even remember who Jojo has. Jojo, his team's okay.
She's coming for you now. She's supporting you.
Yeah, Sophie and I are
love hate. So to remind everybody, Jonathan has Mariah.
Shayna, Teddy, and Todrick.
Correct. And Jonathan has Mariah, Todd, and Chris Kirkpatrick. And I have Cynthia, Carson, and Misha. So the people that are for the people. So Sophie, your players on this list, you have Chris Kattan and Lamar Odom. Happy birthday. That's for your super chat. You get those two players. I'm gonna put your name on the list as Sophie's player.
Yeah.
The fashion files with Jojo, yes, would be amazing. Philly, who has Chris Kattan? Sophie does.
Phil's photo changed.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But he did a little quick change there. A little like,
ooh. He's competing in this head of household competition. This BB Gala.
Met Gala.
Met look.
Not in theme.
So we know that Todd Bridges sits out. They're all kind of on these wire strings. We, of course, get another Chris Kirkpatrick reminiscing about the Bye video when they're on the puppet strings, giant puppets.
It's the No Strings Attached album cover.
Yes.
And I'm not ashamed of knowing that. That's
me neither.
That's fine.
Loved NSYNC. But when will he be gone?
Oh, I love that song. There's 1,000 words that I could say. Make you come home. I remember singing that all the time when I was in high school. Young and little. I was like, I loved it.
I wasn't born yet. I was
an embryo. I wasn't even a thought in my parents' mind. Now you leave me alone. So slowly now. Oh, I got through all of them. Okay, I'm up to date. Amazing. So it wasn't really that competitive, would say, for this competition. So out first is Chris Kattan. I mean, I wasn't surprised that he was out first. He doesn't seem to have that much agility in his body for that type of competition. So I wasn't expecting him to last very long. So
who's going to last longer, Chris Kattan or Big D? Who's going to get
Chris Kattan? Chris Kattan will last longer.
Okay.
I think. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Kattan.
So Teddy doesn't want to come across as a big threat, but she also is really competitive and doesn't want to lose. I was like, ooh, this doesn't bode well. Hearing that doesn't bode well because it just, for me, it seemed like she wasn't going to win and people are going to think that she's a competitive threat. Like that's what kind of that set up for me. I don't know if it's because they knew the outcome when they edited it together or, if it was organic, but that's what it's saying to me. So Cynthia was out second at a minute 56. Shauna was out at 4:35. Lamar at 4:39. I mean, he's really tall. He's 6'10". Like that's a big, big 15. Ooh. It's a big foot. Definitely a big foot. We do see Mariah and Misha kind of starting to get competitive with each other. What did you two think about that? I guess no, I'm with Misha. So I was thinking like, are they going to be going against each other and I'm going to have to worry about Mariah? What were you thinking, Jonathan?
No, I thought there's some strong physical female players and I was excited about it. I'm like, absolutely. I'm like, if we think of like who the last 3 out of 4 were, they were all strong women, and I was like, I love that because I want to see them do really well in these competitions, and I do think it's going to stir some sort of competitive edge, and who knows who's going to be put up and all of that. So I was excited.
I'm just scared.
Well, maybe they'll team together. Team up together and just be like, let's do this together.
Mariah mentioned like liking competitors, like liking people that she can be competitive with, and I think if she goes to Misha and says like, hey, you kick butt, let me kick butt next week, you're good, I'm good, let's
be like the power duo comp stats.
Team up, for sure.
Next out was Chris Kirkpatrick at 6 minutes 25 seconds. Bye reference. Crackers fall. Carson's out next at 9 minutes and 50 seconds. He kind of threw it seems, a little bit. He's saying that he wants to lay low. So try hard, but lay low, which I think is good because he does have so many connections in the house. So he can't also be very competitive physically. So I thought that was smart of him. But Mariah then loses her footing, and she unfortunately wasn't able to get her second foot back into the stirrup. So she does end up falling at 13 minutes and 57 seconds.
I think the big mistake there was the fact that she was holding on to one bottle, right? And that was like, that just makes everything that much harder. So because you're very contained, and yet your legs aren't. And then when it was like 1 and 1, I mean, you're done.
She should have just tried to maybe stay on that one and not try to get the other foothold. So I think that was also what made her lose her balance even more quickly.
Yeah, I agree.
So the final 3 was Misha, Todrick, and Teddy. So Todrick, I guess he knows he wants to fall. He does give us a little wink saying that he wants to be able to play next week. And so he makes a little bit of a deal with Misha, being like, you're not going to put me up. You're not going to put me up. And she says flat out, no, I'm not going to put you up. At 6 minutes and 10 seconds, Todrick falls. So it's now just Teddy versus Misha. And Teddy tries to do the same thing. And Misha clearly shuts Teddy down. What do we think about this for strategy?
Like on which perspectives? Like from
okay, each of you tell me one of each side.
Good job of Teddy to like even say anything. I'm sure she could hear Todd. Like if we don't know if she could hear Todrick and Misha having an actual conversation or not. But she did try and make a deal. Was told no. I mean, there's not a lot of people. She can only nominate 2 or maybe 3 if the veto's won. I think Misha was right in saying that right now is not the best time to be making double deals.
But right after she just said yes to Todrick, don't you think that it's potentially could be detrimental to her game? No,
because she's in power. So I mean, you can then go afterwards if you're like, wait, I've thought about it, I'm not going to put her up, and just make a deal with her. and be like,
Then.
you know, you asked me, I should have said yes right away. You know, I just didn't. I was very overwhelmed. We were like tired.
Everyone's
you know?
watching.
Yeah, I'm like, I absolutely, like, you are safe. Great. But then this way, because if you make promises and then break them, that's done. You don't get that back again.
Yeah.
So it would be really tough to come back from that in certain people's eyes because you've already done it once. So I actually thought it was a good, like, just be honest. Like, I try to play games that I play very honestly and just open, and whether people believe you or not, that's up to them. So yeah, it gives her options. So I was happy that she did that.
I think though that it's actually going to make Teddy spiral. I think that she might end up doing things that will get her either on the block or nominated. I feel like she's going to get paranoid by
And
this.
she's an easy nom then. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like she's going to make herself become an easy nom, even if Misha wasn't necessarily going to be putting her up. So we'll see how this plays out. Even though Misha, I think, should put up 2 men, or identifying as male, because there's more men in the house. So that's what I would think she should do, but she may also gravitate more towards men just for the fact that she's kind of in an industry that's a little bit more male dominated. So
she did mention in her pre-show interview like that she wanted her
Cupcake.
Cupcake mentioned that her ideal like ride or die would be a female. So I do think she will want to play with girls in general, but at the same time, it's like you don't know what's happening until you meet the cast. I personally, if I was playing Big Brother, I wouldn't want the first boot to be a girl, but maybe I would. Who knows? I might show up and go, you know what? I actually really want to take that girl out. I want her gone. She's out.
Better not be me ever. So we get our first HOH of the season. It is going to be Misha because Teddy does end up falling and not making a deal. So after this, Julie lets us know, and then also lets the house guests know, that there is going to be a new power that's going to be unleashed. Another power is going to be up for grabs, and it's inside the gala gift box. What do we think this is? Why do you think it's being introduced? That's probably why we're not getting feeds, is because of this stupid gala box.
Yeah, did she mention if we would find out tomorrow? I don't remember.
She didn't.
Like, did she give us a certain time that we would know? Could it be like the night of the eviction? We have no idea.
I just don't think it's actually like going to be that much of a power or that big, you know.
Phil has a question for us. We'll get back to what we think is inside the box. So when Chris Kirkpatrick is voted out, how many bye jokes will there be? Over or under 10? I say over 10.
I'm going to go with under 10.
You know, they have other songs. They have other songs that they can reference.
Only bye. Nobody's evicted, though. Do you think like every single castmate will be like bye?
Tearing up my heart. This I promise you. Like they could. I mean, I think they'll be mixed. They'll be mixed in.
So would you say over or under?
I would say over 10 for the amount of NSYNC references.
And
maybe
under
bye. Specifically bye. Yeah.
All right. We'll see how that plays out. We'll keep a track on that. We're including the byes from today. So how many were there today? 2? There's 2 byes, I think.
2?
Oh.
I'll take 2.
I'll double check, but I thought there was 2. I may have missed you talking about it, but did you notice when Julie came on the screen, everyone was talking in the kitchen, but Lamar was alone in the bedroom? Seems like he will be in his own world. No, I did not notice that. I think it's hilarious so that they made him his own bed. I was wondering though what they were going to do with him.
I didn't realize that, but that's amazing.
Well, I think Carlson said, "Yeah, there's a long bed here for you."
Yeah, I mean that's not like you can't just put him in a regular bed. That's not fair. No. Like that's not, you know. It's probably in his contracts too. Like they're like he needs
need a big old bed.
So maybe the head of household bed is going to be huge. Phil says, I thought the gold paint was actually well done. Usually it's just silly water. Yeah, I mean, it definitely, they got the look of them being completely covered in gold. So they got the effect for sure. Wait, I'm going for 3rd place. Wow. Sophie, I think I have a winning team, to be honest. Like, I think Carson is in a very good spot right now.
Excuse me. Do you not think Todd is going to win this whole thing? My Todd?
No.
I think
Todd
Sophie's team is.
Oh yeah, let's hold on. Let me put this up. Just if I can do this quickly, we'll get Sophie's team up there. So yes, just do a like last minute speculation of what you think this power might be.
It's a gift.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be something small. That's like the fact that they have to wrap it and keep it like there in front of you, but like I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna be much of anything. If it was big, they wouldn't even tell you about it until it was like ready,
Yeah.
And it's like just like there. I wish it was like they had to go find it or something, or like it was hidden or there's clues,
I just know like if I was actually in this cast, I would have walked over and opened it. Been like, okay, I'm doing this. Like, what are you gonna do, Julie? It's mine. I'm taking it.
And then you'd be kicked off the show. Okay, so let's take a look at this just so we can see. I'm not wearing glasses, so I might have spelled names wrong. But before we sign off, I'll show you our board. Oops, come on. Get back smaller. A little bit smaller. And we got Team Sophie Dophy with Chris Kattan and Lamar. I will change this picture of, what's her name? Misha, because it's not the same as the other ones, but it's a good looking cast.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy with your team, Sophie.
Love it.
And that's all we got. Let's see. It's a blessing and a curse. Julie is, yeah, exactly. It could be, what could it be? It could be third nominee, or it could be like, I don't even know, actually.
Immunity from not being a renom if veto is used. An automatic nomination could be a curse. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm covering your face, Jonathan, just for one more second. So thanks for the super chat, Sophie. What has my draft record been lately? Well, winner of the Survivor US draft, with the final 3 being my only 3 players. So there's that. Just saying. Just saying. Well, I think that I have quite a good team here. I'm happy with their team still. And I really am pleased to see how this season's going to play out. So, any final thoughts, handsomes?
Looking forward to the next episode.
Ooh. It was well done. So I'm like, I think it'll be really good this year. So I'm excited.
Me too. And I won't be going live on Reality Realness, but I will be, it'll be airing on Reality Realness, but I will be over on Nerdtainment tomorrow, and we will air it through my thing, but it'll be on Sarah's stream as well tomorrow, just so you guys are aware. And we'll be recapping episode 1 and then episode 2 as well through Nerdtainment, airing here as well, I think. So,
I have one more comment.
Go ahead.
I know what's in the box.
What's in the box?
NSYNC, Justin Timberlake.
Severed.
Oh, it was someone his dick?
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's a dick in the box. It's
Chris
a dick in the
from
box.
SNL.
Oh. When that Dick in the Box video came out, like Anna and I watched it like 1,000 times, and we had like Maya's face down. Like we used to make ourselves laugh so much.
I think one of my Facebook profiles was me with Dick in a Box being like, "Whoa!" in college, and it probably wasn't. It's terrifying.
Wow. You guys are amazing. Thanks for joining me here today. You guys know the drill, but please subscribe and hang out with us and chat with us in the chat. You might even get your own team on our draft board, which is super fun. But that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow and the next day and like 2 days after that and the next day after that. Okay, bye.
Bye.